Good morning, class.
Good morning, Mrs. Stewart.
Good morning, boys and girls. Good morning, boys and girls. I'm so glad you came to school. Good morning, boys and girls. Good morning, Mrs. Stewart. Good morning, Mrs. Stewart. I'm so glad you came to school. Good morning, Mrs. Stewart. Let's say good morning to our friends and welcome them to school. Good morning to our friends. Good morning to our friends. I'm so glad you came to school. Good morning to our friends. You may be seated. Well, smile at me if you have a dog. I know some of you do have one for sure. I know Lauren has a big dog, and I know that Johanna has a big dog, and boys and girls watching, maybe you have a dog. I don't have a dog at my house. I don't. I wish I did, but I don't have that kind of a pet at my house. But look at our doggie right here. Our doggie is doing something on this paper. What does it look like it's doing, Carter?
Walking.
Well, it is walking, but it looks like he's doing something in the dirt. What's he doing?
Digging.
What's he doing, Kyla?
Digging.
He is digging in the dirt. Why do you think he is trying to dig a hole in that dirt, Jonathan?
Doesn't get buries his bone.
Yes, so he could bury his bone. That's right. Carter, you have two doggies. Have you ever seen your doggie dig a hole in the ground before? Never? Wow, then your doggies are very good doggies, because doggies do try to get themselves in trouble sometimes, and they like to dig in mommy's garden, and oh, mommy has to go, get out of my garden. And sometimes they get in trouble for that because they are not supposed to be digging in the garden. But this puppy dog is digging in a garden right now and trying to bury his bone. And we're going to color this puppy dog today. Class, stand quietly, turn your chair into the table. Boys and girls watching, go ahead and prepare. Get this paper ready and your crayons. Go ahead and take out your crayons, put them on your name tag. Oh, wow, table one, you look so sharp. Give me a great big smile, table one. Look at those smiles, and your crayons are on your name tag. Nice work. Kyla, where's your crayons? Get them ready, sweet girl. Good. All right. Very nice. Now, it says, what is this dog doing? So we know our dog is digging in the ground, trying to get that bone buried. So we're going to color this paper today. Let's look. The first thing I'm going to do is I want to make this doggie two different colors, but I am going to use my brown crayon to do that. I'm going to use my brown crayon. So your hands are in your lap and your eyes are right here so that you can see, because this is going to require you to follow my directions. So all eyes right here. Do you see right here around his eye? It almost looks like he's got a patch around his eye. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to color really lightly right here, just right around his eye, so very lightly. I'm barely even pressing it on the paper. And I'm going left to right, back and forth to color. I'm not coloring around his eye or in his eye, just around, and I'm coloring so very lightly to make him look like he's got a patch. And I'm going to color this ear because it's part of his patch. The way his fur is growing is part of that too. Do you see how lightly I did that? Now watch what I'm going to do. Then I'm going to color the rest of him just a little bit darker. I'm still going to go from left to right, side to side, and I'm going to color him darker, just a little bit darker. And I'm going to go very careful, trying to stay inside the line. I know sometimes it's hard, but if you go slow, You should be able to stay right inside those lines. Now, do you see he's got something delicious in his mouth? What does he have in his mouth? A bone, he does. So I don't want to get that bone brown because his bone is white. So I have to be very careful as I color around his nose not to get that bone brown because his bone is not brown. His bone is white. So I'm coloring a little bit darker on this side where his other eye is. And on this ear, because this ear is going to be darker. And then around the bone, I'm coloring darker. Around the bone. And then I'm coloring his paws, because the doggies have paws, puppy paws. And back and forth just like that. Now, can you tell how my patch is lighter than the rest of my doggie? That's what I want you to do. Take out your brown crayon, check. Oh, I love when I see elbows go right up. That is sharp. You are getting started off right. Daddy says, Mommy says, I love you. And the baby say, I will hold it. We are off to a great start. Go ahead and color your puppy dog. Now, don't all start telling me at one time. I'm going to ask you. So don't just start talking, but I'm just going to ask a few. If this was your puppy dog, if you could name your own puppy dog, think of a name that you would like to name him. It could be a girl too. Let's see. Who could I start with? Lucia, what would you name your puppy dog? Abby, that's a nice name for a dog. I like that. Connor, what would you name your puppy dog?
Jack.
Jack, I like that name. That's a nice name. Cyrus, what would you name your dog?
Cisco.
Cisco, that's pretty cool. I like that. Bethany, what would you name your dog? Can you think of a name? Abigail. Could name Abigail. How about you, Lauren? What would you name your doggie?
Trouble.
You would name your doggie Trouble too? You'd have 2 Trouble doggies? Oh my. Just one? Well, you do have a dog named Trouble, but if you had another dog, what would you name it?
Bella.
Bella. I like that. That's a nice name. I do. Besides bones, think in your brain. I'll ask somebody, what else does a doggie like to eat? Kyla. What is it? I can't hear you guys say it real loud for Mrs. Stewart. Flowers, you think they do? You think they like to eat flowers? I think it would make their belly ache, but sometimes they do like to sniff around and eat things they're not supposed to eat, and then they get a belly ache. They do. They get real sick if they eat things they're not supposed to do. Sometimes people feed them things because they sit there and they beg for it, and then they might get sick. When Mrs. Stewart was a little girl, I was really little, like 3, and I fed our puppy dog some chocolate at Christmas time. And it made my doggie sick. It did. It was sad. But he was okay after he got sick. But doggies, are they supposed to eat chocolate? No. Who's supposed to eat chocolate?
People.
People can eat chocolate. That's right. I did get in trouble for feeding my puppy dog chocolate because he's not supposed to eat chocolate because it made him very, very sick. All right, let's look right here. So our puppy dog is digging in the dirt. So our dirt is going to be black. So I'm going to use my black crayon and I'm going to color lightly. I'm not going to color it very, very dark. I'm just coloring super lightly, just like this, to color dirt because it looks like he's digging in the soil where these flowers are in the garden here. And so you would put soil down to grow your flowers. It helps the flowers to grow better. So he is digging in Mama's garden to bury his bone. Do you think Mama's going to be happy about that?
No.
No, he is not doing what he should be doing, digging in the garden. Go ahead and take out your black crayon and color side to side, color neatly in the soil, and don't do it too hard, color neatly back and forth, and stay inside the lines. Boys and girls watching, I hope you are having fun coloring our puppy dog this morning. Make sure you're staying inside the lines, and hopefully if you have a doggy, you take good care of your doggy and don't let him in the garden like this puppy dog is.